Hi, I'm Sana and I'm type 1 diabetic. I am running a campaign for an organization called Diabetics with Eating Disorders. According to DWED, 40% of type 1 female diabetics omit insulin on a regular basis. Also, the risk of eating disorders is twice as high compared to the non-diabetic. Still, there are no guidelines for NHS to treat this, and diagnosis is hard, and DWED aims to provide awareness, support, advocacy, awareness, and you can read more about it there. For my campaign, I'm giving up sweets for a year, starting today, 1st of September 2014. And the second step I'm taking is I'm also giving up weighing myself for a year. My diabetic team will weigh me, but I'm telling them not to tell me the figure, but to only tell whether I'm overweight, normal weight, or underweight, just because that affects my diabetic care. But I don't need the figure to make sure my treatment and care is the best for me. This course for me is incredibly important because I have a past with it. From the age of 12 to 17, I did omit my shots, and retrospectively, that was the stupidest choice I've ever made in my life. I'm not gonna go into all the issues with my self-esteem and body image that I had during that time, but ultimately it led to me being hospitalized several times because ketoacidosis, sorry for tripping up, and also just when I was about to turn 18, I got news that I had diabetic changes in my eyes, which will ultimately lead to blindness. So you can imagine what it feels like to know that the stupid actions you've done, well, you don't realize it because it actually is a disease, even though it does not have an official status of a disease. So still, the choices you've made actually not only affect the time you're, doing this, but also afterwards, that you're being told that, oh, because I was making stupid decisions when I was 15, now 15 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, I'm gonna be blind. I was lucky that the changes disappeared from my eyes a year later, but most people are not this lucky. And also there are other complications as well, including organ failure. I don't think that, just because you have body image issues or low self-esteem or anything that leads to omitting shots, pressure for your looks, anything, it's not worth being in a dialysis or being blind or even dying. It's really not worth it. And I haven't been doing this since I got the news. It really shook me up to realize how incredibly careless I had been with myself for that 5 years. I haven't done it anymore, but it doesn't mean just because I've stopped it that there won't be any complications because of those actions. For instance, just because I'm not in a dialysis at the moment, I don't have kidney failure, it doesn't mean that the actions that I did won't affect it later. And that's why it's important to get the awareness, get the treatment properly done, and get the diagnosis early so that no one, will get the same news when they're 17 and regret and be kicking themselves for their actions when they were 13, 14, 15, whatever, being a kid. And also there's this idea that, oh, you have to be skinny and anorexic and bulimic to have this, and it's not true, because not all of the 40% is bulimic or anorexic. And I haven't done this in years, but when I lost weight drastically last year, my first thought was accomplished. I hadn't done it on purpose. It wasn't good, but I was still feeling those same feelings I felt when I was 13, accomplished. And now that I've gained weight because of my blood sugar levels are better. Now my first thought was, I've gained weight. How will I lose it? And I asked my diabetic doctor here in Finland about it, and she told me not to lose weight. And then I was kicking myself like, I'm normal weight. There's 10 kilos between me and the border of between being normal weight and overweight, and that that shows how you don't have to be throwing up. You don't have to take omit your shots to need the support, because you get extra, pressure to have your blood sugars correct, not to eat sweets, not to eat fat, not to eat. It's okay, it's for everyone, but especially with diabetics, from young age, you're told that you feel guilt for eating those stuff. So you need to support, and that's why I'm really hoping that every one of you will go to my fundraiser page there and donate for this great cause that will hopefully, and I know it will, not only change lives, but actually save them and improve the quality of life for type 1 diabetics. And I will appreciate any kind of donation you give, and I'm sure diabetics with eating disorders will as well. And I also know those 2 challenges that I've given myself will be incredibly difficult for me this coming year. So I also hope that and would appreciate any kind of support or help you give me personally or by my blogger, YouTube, personal Facebook or Twitter, because it will be hard, but I know it will be worth it. And I really want to thank you for any kind of donation you will make or support you will give or take part yourself in this campaign. And finally, thank you for watching.